All right, here we are on this pre-Friday, a.k.a. Thursday, May 15th. Hope all is well with you. The big news this morning, in case you're unaware, in case you've been under a rock this whole day today, Prevail. They decided to part ways with Brian Berkheiser. In their actual post, this was a difficult decision, but we believe it is the right one, and we are all grateful for the 10 epic years we shared together. We wish Brian nothing but success and happiness in his future endeavors moving forward. Eric will continue to be the powerhouse frontman you've come to know and love. He'll be backed up live by Dylan, who you've seen in this role many times over the years at the shows we've performed without Brian. Rest assured, we will continue to deliver the high-energy shows that we've made a pillar of our band, and we will continue to perform all of the bangers from our catalog. All scheduled shows will go on exactly as planned. New music coming soon, which I'm assuming is going to be pretty heavy if Eric's going to be the main dude, which I am sad by this because I love Brian's voice. First Amity Affliction, now I Prevail, and who knows where else Brian might go. If he goes anywhere at all, if you don't know about this, he suffers from this thing called Eagle Syndrome. It's an uncommon condition, commonly characterized but not limited to sudden, sharp, nerve-like pain in the jawbone and joint, back of the throat, base of the tongue, triggered by swallowing, moving the jaw, or turning the neck. It's pretty painful from what Brian has posted online. So who knows? Maybe he's retired overall. Maybe it's a mutual departure. But I'm excited to see what Prevail has in store for the near future. And Prevail going to be a part of the Summer of Loud tour, making its way to Salt Lake City July 8th at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. You can find that show on our concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. Still giving away those tickets to go see Seether, POD, and Nonpoint live at the Mountain America Center this Sunday. Make sure to sign up within the apps if you haven't done so already. You just need to sign up once per app in order to get the maximum 3 entries. No more, no less. All right? And then also Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended. Make sure to sign up within the apps for that as well. And listen out for the cue to call on the air at 208-535-1015. Anyway, I'll be back with some more Peaches Pit Party, whatever I feel like talking about today, right here on K-Bear 101. Peaches Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. It seems some dudes are going back to the old-fashioned toupee, even though about a week ago, a survey showed that many women were attracted to bald dudes, but that isn't stopping some of these guys saying, hey, you know what? I'd rather have the retro rug on top of my head, which, in my opinion, you shouldn't do whatsoever. It just gives you false hope. You pretend to be somebody that you're not. You don't have hair anymore, okay? Rock the bald. Be like me and Victor. Most dudes here in the building are completely bald, besides Jade. There's one guy who's like partially there. But that's about it. I mean, you got to rock the ball. If you have it, go with it. As you saw, proven by that survey. Where's that survey from again? Let me check here. The New York Post. Women are more attracted to bald men. Here are the other attributes they want in a boyfriend. I love how every single time there's a survey about women preferring bald dudes, like the first picture they have is of The Rock. Jason. Then there's Jason Statham. Then there's potentially Vin Diesel. Like, those are the main 3. Top 4 bald dudes. Let's go with The Rock, Jason Statham, Vin Diesel. Who's the 4th bald dude? Who's like the 4th supposedly good-looking bald guy? It's not Jeff Bezos. Bruce Willis I see here. I see Jesse Williams, Terry Crews. There you go. Be like those guys. Get rid of that toupee. All right, maybe I should ask this question for the Peach Throne some other time. What's your I don't care how old I am, I'm still doing this thing? Perfect number 1 answer here. Going down the slide when I bring my kids to the playground. Of course, you have to, right? You can't be that guy that just goes to the playground, brings the kids with you, and then just watches them have fun. You got to do it too. The swing set, yeah, that's my favorite. That's something I still wish I did. And I don't want to be that weirdo that's at a playground by myself on the swing set. There is a playground right by my place, and I could go late at night to where I know nobody else is going to be there. But then at the same time, you're like, what's this giant bald dude swinging on the swings for at 9 p.m.? Be kind of creepy, right? Someone else said, I'll forever drink Capri Sun and eat popsicles. Okay. Capri Suns. You know what my favorite thing is? Is I go to the Dollar Tree and I get those fruit barrels, or if they have them there still, the Kool-Aid jammers in the plastic bottles. Those are great. Enjoying silly little craft projects. I, for instance, find it relaxing to just lay on my stomach on the floor and do perler bead art in my spare time. Okay, neat. What's something that no matter how old you are, you'll still want to do? Coloring? I don't really care for that anymore. That was fun when I was a kid. What else is there? Drinking chocolate milk. Never a fan of chocolate milk. Always really like just regular 2%, and that's about it. Yeah, I'll have to save this question for potentially tomorrow's To Peach Their Own. I say that a lot about a bunch of different questions. I need to put these all on a sheet so that way I can save them just in case I'm ever like, hey, what should I ask today? Just pull up one of these questions here. This Saturday, we are going to be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market. We'll be there the entire time that it's open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's bigger and better this year with over 170 local vendors selling a wide variety of fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, crafts, so much more. I was there the first day it opened up. There was a good amount of people there. It was real hot, too. It looks like it's going to rain potentially this weekend, but rain or shine, the Idaho Falls Farmers Market, of course, happens. I'll be there from around 11 to 2, I think. But Josh from Classy 97, he'll be there in the morning. All day, the whole time that we're there, we're going to be accepting non-perishable food donations for the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. And at riverbendmediagroup.com, I listed all the things that they're in high need of, like cereal, canned chili, mac and cheese, canned tuna or chicken. You also got side dishes like stuffing, flavored rice, noodles with sauce, canned vegetables, canned soup, peanut butter, 1 to 2 pounds of dry pasta. Any food donation that you can bring will be greatly appreciated. Bring it to the Riverbend Media Group booth right there, set up at the front, right by Smokin' Fins at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you don't think you have enough Deion Sanders in your life, you're in luck. Netflix announced a 3-part docuseries called Primetime, set to be released in 2026 with 3 60-minute episodes. The show is made with the cooperation of Sanders, who supposedly will open up about deeply personal aspects of his life. Pitcher Rich Hill is someone who's probably never said, I'm getting too old for this crap. The 45-year-old lefty signed a minor league deal with the Kansas City Royals with an eye on returning to the big league soon. Hill has been throwing bullpen sessions over the past few weeks, including one where he tossed 110 pitches and says that he could be ready for major league hitters within 3 weeks. If Hill does if he does make the Royals, he would replace 42-year-old Justin Verlander as the oldest active MLB player. Isn't that funny? Your 40s are considered like ancient in professional sports. The Los Angeles Dodgers have a monster payroll and have more than their fair share of superstars on their roster, but they're also dealing with some ridiculous injury issues on their pitching staff. Earlier this week, 23-year-old Roki Sasaki, the highly touted right-hander from Japan, was placed on the injured list because of a shoulder issue, becoming the 14th player the Dodgers currently have on the injured list. Looks like their training staff might be working overtime. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. The streaming service formerly known as HBO Max will once again be called HBO Max. Warner Brothers Discovery announced yesterday that it will soon put the HBO back in the name, 2 years and much criticism after dropping it. Returning the HBO brand into HBO Max will further drive the service forward and amplify the uniqueness that subscribers can expect from the offering. It said in a release, following the 2022 merger of Warner Media and Discovery, executives hoped that the name Max would reflect a broader mix of programming and signal more family-friendly content. But the change never really caught on, according to this article from NPR. No kidding. Even as popular HBO originals like The White Lotus and The Last of Us dominated the discourse and drove people to the platform, Warner Bros. Discovery says it added 22 million subscribers over the past year. It hopes the rebrand slated for this summer will build on momentum. I feel like this is the equivalent of getting like your ex's name tattooed, or like your current, like your partner's name tattooed on you, and then you go, maybe that was a dumb decision. No kidding. Should have stuck with HBO Max and kept it that way the entire time. I wonder what I wonder what staff member came up with that initially. Does it say it here anywhere? I would love to know if they're like now mad at this person for even suggesting going to max, or if they're like, you know what, that was a good try, A for effort, but we're going back to the original thing. You know, if you work with animals, you're bound to have something like this happen. This minor league baseball team, the Kannapolis Cannonballers, do they have like some sort of chant, like fun jingle that we could potentially add to Cannonball 101 imaging? Minor league baseball teams have the funniest team names. I could do a whole break about terrible minor league baseball team names, but the whole point of me talking about this is that the Kannapolis Cannonballers, they have this bat dog. And unfortunately, the bat dog had to use the restroom. He didn't know any better, so mid-third inning, right by home plate, goes number 2. And sure enough, one of the staff members was like, okay, let me get my hands dirty real quick. Didn't even have gloves on. He just scooped it up with his bare hands and quickly got it out of there. Instead of getting some personal protective equipment, though, the guy simply just picked it up with his raw hands, and it's safe to say the internet's pretty grossed out by the scene. There's tons of people writing about him on Twitter. The Cannonballers, though, they went on to win despite the gross scene. Maybe it was a lucky thing that happened. They won 3-0. As for the employee, no public comment from him so far, but hopefully the stadium has had some good hand sanitizer on deck. What a dumb joke that was. I completely forgot about this story till it popped up on a different podcast that I was listening to talking about this Iowa dental hygienist that was fired from her job because she was quote unquote too attractive. And the reason why it popped up in the news recently is that the Iowa Supreme Court ruled on it, saying, yeah, you can actually get fired from a job for being too pretty. Could you imagine that? Having to explain to your next employer that you got let go from your previous position because you were just so beautiful that the other employees couldn't handle it. So they had to make you leave the office. But apparently, now here's the thing. The original story is a whole lot worse, where it's like, she worked for this dentist. The dentist was like blaming the pretty hygienist as to the reason why his marriage was going downhill. And so it ended up being this whole thing where she was let go, and the Supreme Court's like, yep, totally reasonable. So weird, right? That story was back in 2013, which is hard to believe that was 12 years ago. Anytime I think about just a few years ago, I think about 2008, 2007. No, 2007 was 18 years ago. That is gross to think about. You want a first world problem? If you said no, too bad. I'm going to give you one anyway. I got a $25 gift card for Hot Topic for my parents for Easter. And so I've been looking at band shirts. I was trying to find one to wear a new one to the concert on Sunday for See Their POD and Non-Point at the Mountain America Center. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I could debut a brand new band shirt like anybody actually cares. I think at one point we will be on stage, so maybe I could wear my brand new band t-shirt. Well, I don't have enough time now. It's Thursday and the show's on Sunday. I don't think it'll arrive if I buy it from HotTopic.com. That's another first world problem in itself. How there's no 3Xs at the Hot Topic store. Not just in Idaho Falls, but anywhere in general. They don't really carry 3XL. But that's also partially my fault for being so fat. But anyway, I was trying to shop on HotTopic.com, trying to find something. And you know what's funny is that they know everyone's crazy about Sleep Token. Most of the shirts they have right there on the top row of their selection are all Sleep Token. Sleep Token shirts everywhere. And if you're a hater of Sleep Token, I hate to say it, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of people who shop at Hot Topic that'll be wearing those Sleep Token shirts to concerts that you would not expect them to wear them to. And you know that tour completely sold out within seconds. So anyway, I was trying to look at maybe a Gojira shirt. And that said it was available under 3XL. I click on it, and I see that stupid 3XL with a line through it saying it's not available. How could they? I specifically filtered out all the rest. I wanted 3XL and 3XLT. 3XLT is 3 extra large tall, so it's longer too, which is great because sometimes I get up and my shirt will be higher than it should be, and people will see my boxers, and that's the last thing you want to see is Peach's boxers. Again, first world problems, completely dumb, I know. It was just something to talk about, okay? Sorry. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. You want to get dark here? I saw this question on Ask Reddit. What ended your friendship with your best friend? And I used to have a best friend. His name was Bobby. And we've known each other since we were 2 years old. And just, unfortunately, one thing led to another involving my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, you know what? This guy really isn't a great friend anymore. And so I just dropped him completely. And I remember when I turned, what was it, like 22, 20, no, because I moved, no, it might have been 22. I turned 22, and I was going to invite him to my little birthday outing. We were going to go to the bars in Newport Beach, have a fun time. Me, him, my friend Zach, my friend Austin, my friend Mark, we were all going to go. But he tweeted out for some reason, I think I still have it screenshotted on my phone after all these years. He, for some reason, said, you know, it's just another Tuesday to most people. It's nothing special. You're not special. Something like that. He did one of those stupid, like, teenage girls subtweets about my birthday for no reason. Actually, for a reason. He wanted me to see it. So I ended up just not inviting him at all. I was like, okay, you have fun in your own time. All the rest of us will go out and have fun. But, yeah, that's my answer for what ended your friendship with your best friend. There was another friend recently that we just had to dump from the squad. He was supposed to come out to Idaho with us, but he made up some excuse on why he couldn't go. Found out he really just didn't want to be my friend anymore, so I wanted to be that petty guy. And actually I was. I took all the pictures that I had with him in it in my apartment, and I just took them out of the photo frames, and I replaced them with other pictures. Ha, take that, right? Petty move. Ha! I was thinking about doing some stupid video, you know, like I grab a lighter, light them on fire, send them to him in a video, say, this is what I think about it. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I should ask this for this is another one of those breaks where I go, maybe I should ask this to Peach Their Own some other day during the 4 p.m. hour and see what else people have gone through for what ended your friendship with your best friend. Maybe not. I want to keep to Peach Their Own fun. I'm just messing. This was just one of those questions I saw pop up and went, maybe people could relate to this. We're going to be at a lot of different places this weekend. First of all, we're going to be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I will be there personally from around 11 to 2. Josh from Classy 97, he'll be there right as the farmers market opens up. And the entire time that both of us are there, we're accepting non-perishable food donations for the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket, and you can actually go to riverbendmediagroup.com, see all the things that they're in high need of. What they're in high need of. There we go. Got it out correctly, I think. Anyway, you can see us there. Bring any non-perishable food donation that you might have that we'll give directly to the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. Then later that night, at the waterfront at Snake River Landing, we'll have the 26th annual Second Chance Prom with Classy 97 and Browning's Honey. The theme this year is Enchanted Forest. You can either come in your best Enchanted Forest-inspired attire, or you can come as you are. Tickets are real cheap. Tomorrow, Friday, are half-price ticket days, and they'll be around $2.50. Saturday, at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market, Josh will have free Classy 97 prom tickets, so you can go for free there. Then on Sunday, we'll have See Their POD and Nonpoint live at the Mountain America Center. Very excited for that. Have given away tons of tickets for that concert. If you haven't won tickets, you can still buy them. Tickets are actually pretty cheap for this show. You can come join the party. Join us this Sunday at the Mountain America Center. See Their POD and Nonpoint. Like I said, it's going to be a very busy weekend, but I'm overall excited for it. Today's What the Headline is served hot and apparently wrapped in a tortilla. A road rage incident in Texas escalated from beef to beef supreme after a man got into an argument in a Dollar Tree parking lot. Things took a turn when the other driver chucked a burrito at his car. Now, most people would take the high road or at least take the burrito, but not this guy. He whipped his car around and rammed the Burrito Bandit's vehicle like it was the last salsa packet at Taco Bell. Police showed up, and guess what? Burrito Boy walked free because apparently a burrito doesn't qualify as a weapon if it doesn't leave a dent. Meanwhile, the guy who retaliated is now facing aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. So yeah, he's the one behind bars. Moral of the story, don't let carbs control your decisions. Maybe stick to soft tacos. They're less aerodynamic. Has anybody found that out? Can we do a science experiment on that? Vancouver just launched what they're calling an adult toilet training campaign. Yep. That's where we're at as a society. Too many people are still flushing the so-called flushable wipes and turning the city's pipes into a sewage smoothie. The messaging is clear. If it's not any one of the three Ps, one of them being toilet paper, I'm not going to repeat what the other two are. You know what they are. If it's not any one of those three, it doesn't belong in the bowl. And yet people are still out here not listening at all and treating their toilets like a personal garbage chute, just out here flushing wipes, paper towels, dreams, broken relationships, whatever. The campaign tagline might as well be, stop pretending your plumbing is a magic portal. You wouldn't shove a towel down your kitchen sink and expect a high five, so why are you doing it here in the bathroom? Which is, it's pretty funny because I used to be that guy that would use the wipes, but I strictly use toilet paper. I know you wanted to know that information. You're welcome. You're welcome. But, yeah, I remember as a kid washing down, I would sneak food out of the pantry, and I would eat those chewy bars, candy, whatever it may be, and I would go to the toilet and I'd flush down. I'd flush down the Reese's wrapper or whatever it was in, and sure enough, our pipes were backing up, and my dad was furious when he found out it was me sneaking food like a true fat boy. You know what today is? Bring flowers to someone day. It's May 16th. What other national days? Should we just do one of these breaks? Typical radio. It's Peace Officers Memorial Day, a day to honor law enforcement officers who were killed or injured in the line of duty, that's a serious thing. That's a great holiday. And it's also National Chocolate Chip Day, a good for something with chocolate in it. There you go. That's also legitimately what today is. And then also, of course, today, bring flowers to someone day. You might as well either make someone's day or be like me and send flowers to somebody and put it under a different name just to, throw off their relationship. If you're not happy by yourself, nobody else can be happy, right? You might as well know that someone in your life that deserves those flowers. And you're like, you know what? Let's put it from Mike, and like their boyfriend's name is Pete or something like that. And then you just have them fight. You want to know what the follow-up is? They come to the office the next day crying, something like that. Don't be that mean. I'm just messing. Please don't do that. I don't even want to suggest that. I'm just saying that's a funny thing to imagine. Don't ever actually do that. But bring someone flowers today. You still got a little bit of time remaining today. Make them happy, I guess. It's now that time for To Peach Their Own. Call in live on the show at 208-535-1015. I posted this question a tad bit earlier on the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. What's a job you'll never do again and why? Now, if I were to rank personally my previous jobs before I got into something I actually wanted to do my entire life, I used to work, first of all, I worked at Foot Locker. That was my first job. Then I went to Knott's Berry Farm and worked as a ride operator. Then after that, I went to Payway Asian Diner where I worked as a server for a little bit of time, and then made my way over to In-N-Out Burger where I worked for 3 years, and I can safely say I never, ever, ever, ever want to work the pay window or anything at In-N-Out ever again. I will work anywhere else besides that. I used to hate the pay window. And it was definitely a height problem, but it was also a people problem. That job made me hate people so much. To this day, I still don't really care for people. I hate the whole fake customer service voice I had to do. Would you like onions on that? That type of thing. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. What's a job you'll never do again and why? Call in right now, 208-535-1015. Let me know your answer. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Peaches?
I am currently revisiting all of my previous artist interviews, and I started with my very first one that was on Zoom that I recorded, and I'm looking at myself from 4 years ago, and I feel like I have aged 50 years.
Well, Welcome to being grown up.
I now look more like Daughtry than I do myself in that video. It's that bad.
Oh dear.
I'm going to upload it to our YouTube channel so everyone can see how different I look now compared to back then. It looks like at one point I'm like evaluating myself too, which I probably was. I was like, oh man, I look fat at this angle. Let me go ahead and readjust.
When I met you in person, I think you'd been there a year and a half. I was like, my God, he's so baby-faced. I used the G word. I'm not sorry.
That's funny. That's funny.
Now it's like, oh, we got mature Peach.
Yeah, now we got bald bearded Peaches, and it looks, wow, he looks bad. No, I'm just kidding. So, did you have an answer for the Peach Theron?
Yes, I would never work at Walmart in the frozen food section.
Why is that?
I got locked in the ice cream freezer and the big freezer.
You got locked inside.
I got locked inside.
How did you have to have a key to go into that?
No, somebody slammed the door too hard. I couldn't get out. And the second one, a manager put a pallet of food in front of it. I broke one of those floor carts.
Yeah.
That they have. I broke one trying to get out of the freezer.
I'm just trying to think who would slam the door that hard at Walmart just to be like, they don't have 2% milk and freaks out and just slams it shut.
No, it was a fellow associate.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, now I'm picturing this. Okay. I would think
it's in the back room that I got stuck in.
The worst possible position would be the person working the front where you have to just like sit there all day and be like, have a great day, or let me check that receipt, and then you just get yelled at for no reason. Are people still freaking out about the whole receipt checking thing? I wonder.
I don't. It doesn't bother me at all when they do that.
Right. It doesn't bother me either. It's just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? Sure. Check to see if I'm stealing this 11 by 17 frame for my poster that you just saw me buy at the self-checkout line. I don't care. It's usually an older person, and I never like to be mean to anybody, especially old people.
I know. I'm an old person.
As I was chatting about with that previous listener, talking about how I'm trying my best to get together all of my previous interviews, starting with the beginning and going all the way till most recently, getting them up on our YouTube channel at KBarrett101RMG. I just uploaded a clip of me talking to Chris Daughtry about how great Sleep Token is. And this was back in 2021, back when they had only 2 albums. And man, that it's so funny how we raved about them back then. Before it was cool, before they were extremely popular, right? And then as I was making that clip, I started to hear like loud tapping on the K-Bear studio. I'm like, you know what? It's probably raining hard outside. I go out to the front, and sure enough, Jade's right there watching the rain too. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna admire the weather for a brief second. So I completely exited the studio during the worst time possible when I'm trying to get people to call in for to peach their own, talking about today's question. If you're just now tuning in, what is today's question again? Let me pull it up real fast to get the official wording. What's a job you'll never do again and why? I was looking at some of the responses here. Technical support. Did you call just to yell? From James, good one there. The military from Shayna. Daycare teacher from Alexis. I cannot handle groups of children, but one-on-one like I do now. I love it. Man, a lot of different answers here. JD, radio DJ. I was too good looking not to be seen. Hence why I got into the radio business. I wanted to entertain, but not have people look at my ugly face. So that's the reason why I'm in radio. Anyway, if you have an answer for today's to peach their own, what's a job you'll never do again and why? Let me know. 208-535-1015. The latest from Chevelle, Rabbit Hole, Cowards Part 1. It is Peaches here. And you know what? Let's forget to peach their own and let's give away some tickets to go see Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello on Friday, October 3rd. Just simply be caller 20 right now at 208-535-1015 and you'll win that pair. Best of luck. 19. Keep trying. All righty, K-Bear. Who's this?
This is Cal.
Cal, great to hear from you, man. How's everything going for you?
Good.
Good. I'm glad.
Lots of work,
Well, I thought I'd just talk with you, just say hi, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. You know exactly what you're on the air for. You're caller 20.
Woo!
You got tickets to go see Mudvayne. I almost said POD. I keep getting those two shows confused, mixed with one another. Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Portland Health Trust Amphitheater on Friday, October 3rd. Cal, what is your favorite station?
Gaber, of course.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.